I don't notice how heavy this is until I try to vlog with it. Yo, what up guys? Hope you're having an amazing day. Today in this video is gonna be a little bit different than some of the later videos I've created, but I wanna get back to my roots and start empowering the people who don't have money or just wanna utilize what they have and show you guys how you can make the most out of what you can get. So for starters, let's just break down the Aputure 120D Mark II. Now this is the light that I use for all my YouTube content. I use this for my music videos. I just love this light. Essentially what it is just a LED light. And if you take off this attachment, the Light Dome Mini, it's just a flood. It's just a really wild light source. And I went to Walmart and I got a couple things that I feel like I could probably replicate the look or what this thing offers for a price point that is unmatched. This is around $800, I believe, which isn't a lot of money for a professional light, but if you don't have money, $800 is still $800. Now, to break down a light dome, this is just really a soft box. You can't see, but at the top of it, it has like a frosted layer on the top of it of just diffusion that makes the light that comes out of it softer. And on the inside, it's just a layer with aluminum to bounce around the light inside of it and make the light a little bit more powerful than it actually is. So we're just gonna try to create something like this. So it's definitely a couple things that we're not gonna be able to replicate. For starters, the 120D Mark II, you can adjust the intensity of the light. We don't have any dimmer. We're not gonna be able to replicate that. The 120D can also do lighting effects and a bunch of other things. We're just trying to replicate the look of the light and how it hits the subject that we're putting it on though. So this is not gonna be a direct alternative to an Aputure 120D, obviously. Let me show you guys what we have and tally up how much we had to spend on all of this stuff. Damn, broke already. That's, oh my God, bro. All right. All right, so look, the first thing that we got is the little, what do you call these, can lights? This is the old school can light from Walmart. I used to use these all the time when I first started and I had no lights. The good thing about this is you can just put the bulb inside of it and it already has like an aluminum inside. So it's gonna be doing a little bit of reflecting inside of it to intensify the light. The whack thing about this is this little clamp that comes with it right here. It already broke off. I'm gonna have to reattach it. It's not broke, it just came off. But these things suck for clamping on the stuff. But we're just gonna have to work with what we have. So this cost $10.97. The second thing that we have is the LED floodlight. And this is a daylight temperature, 1070 lumens. So it should be fairly bright. This is gonna be the bulb that we're gonna be using for the Aputure 120D Mark II, Aputure. I'm gonna make sure I write that on the dome we make. That, the bulbs were, I don't know how much the bulbs were. When I went to Walmart, I spent 42 bucks though. So I think these bulbs were like $20, I believe. I also bought some candy bars too, so take this price with a grain of salt. We got some shower liner, some lightweight shower liner, and this is frosty. Now this is gonna play the diffusion part when we shine the light through our fake little light dome that we're gonna create. Hopefully this is clear enough. If this doesn't work, a cheap sheet will work, but I don't know, this looked very similar to the material in the Light Dome Mark II. So I'm gonna try to use this. I'll let you know how this works. The next thing I have is a cardboard box from UPS. You can just use cardboard from out of your house. This was like 10 bucks. Hopefully it'll work. It's kind of stiff. We're gonna go through a process of softening it up and making it move a little bit easier than it is right now. Aside from that, we got some gaffer's tape. I don't know if I'm gonna need a glue gun. I also have a glue gun as well. I'll let you know if I end up using a glue gun, but we're probably just gonna use a ton of gaff tape just because. I don't know, just for the LOLs, just for the lols. Oh, shh. So the first thing I wanna do is to cut off this excess cardboard from this box. I really just want this middle portion. I don't want these flaps on the top and bottom, so I'm just gonna cut these off real fast. Yes, I'm using my kitchen scissors. I don't have any other ones. So I do, I just don't feel like looking for them. For the love of YouTube, man. Yeah, alright, so look. So I cut off the top two little flap things, the top and the bottom, the flaps, and this is kind of gonna be the dome. You guys can see the dome right here. It's just a circle, so basically what we're gonna be trying to do is tape this around this can light to replicate that, and then we'll put the shower line on the outside so we can get the diffusion. But right now it's just a little bit too stiff, so I'm just gonna be bending it. It just needs to be more flexible, so I don't know. I'm gonna be bending it for a while to get it more in shape. All right, so I got the cardboard more flexible. Next thing I want to do now is go to the kitchen and get some aluminum foil and wrap some aluminum foil on the inside of this fake dome that we're going to be creating. And this is just going to allow the light to bounce around inside of it and shoot it out of the diffused side as intense as it is coming out of the actual can light. All right, so look, this is what I came up with. So look, we got the light right here, and it's kind of like being suspended by all this gaffer's tape, so it's just hanging in there. So this is a ton of gaffer's tape right here, reinforced by more gaffer's tape, and the light is just gonna really hang in there. I'm gonna add a lot more gaffer's tape here just to reinforce this and make sure it doesn't fall out. If y'all wanna donate me a roll of gaffer's tape, put it in the comments. I need one now. I got the LED light out of the box and put it onto the can light. So we're pretty much set on the light and the actual dome. Now we're gonna go through and put the shower liner on the top of this to diffuse the light, and then we'll do some tests. What I'm thinking I would do for the liner to put it on the dome is just cut out a circle and then just tape it onto the front of it. We're using so much tape. You're gonna need gaffer's tape. You're gonna need gaffer's tape. Telling you, or glue or something if you're gonna do this. This is like totally not practical, but it's fun and I'm having a ton of fun right now. So yeah, let's just get this liner on here real quick. I want to see how this looks. Oh, this looks actually fine. Okay, all right. This is perfect. Okay. This is your first look at the Aputure 120D with the Fugazi Dome Mini on it. All right, so look, I got the diffusion on the front of it. I just taped it down with some gaffer's tape, just like I did everything else on this project. And we got the light hanging out the bottom. You see it's on the gaffer's tape. It's not going nowhere though. So look, everything's done. Like what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get this on the light stand, and I'm gonna try to set up my look in my office with this. I'm gonna try to set it up to replicate how it looks with the actual 120D Mark II and the Light Dome Mini. And let's see how it looks, yo. I think that I could replicate the look that I get in here in this office with this fake little crazy thing. Let's set it up and see what we can get. So this is the replication with the Aputure 120D and just the studio look. I think this looks actually really similar to me using my 120D Mark II with the Light Dome Mini as opposed to this. Now, couple huge drawbacks to doing this. I don't recommend you guys do this unless you absolutely have no money and you just want to have some fun. I don't know. It's a bunch of ways out there you can diffuse light. And halfway through this whole process, I just realized like, yo, if I wanted to just make some softer light, I could have just stuck the shower stuff to the actual can light and diffuse the light through it. But I don't know, this is just fun. And then halfway through, I just had to finish it. But a couple of drawbacks. One, the can light, the actual clamp thing to hook it onto stuff is just awful. And it wouldn't even stay onto the stand. I had to use, you guys guessed it, more gaffer's tape to get the actual light on the stand. That thing in itself is awful. If you have somebody out there to help you on set to just hold this, yes, this would be a good option. But yeah, I mean, that in itself, the setup time is just horrid, and then it's just ugly. And I don't know, but it works though. And it works. That's the cool thing about it. It's like, yo, you can, if you don't have the money, you can replicate this look. This looks just like how my 120D Mark II looks. Of course, the 120D Mark II is better, but you know, sometimes you just don't have the money. And it's just, I don't know, it's just a wake-up call for a lot of you guys. Like, don't make excuses. Get out there, make it. It's so many different ways out there to replicate a look, and that's just how I came up creating. Like, I didn't have money. I just saw what I liked from other people that I liked, and I tried to replicate that with what I had, the resources that I had on hand. So, hey man, if you make a trip to Walmart and you put together one of these really ugly lights, let me know. And like halfway through this also, my fiance had like the most brilliant idea in the world to just use like an umbrella, because umbrellas already do the dome thing and they already have like the dome shape and stuff. I don't know. If you guys want to see the Aputure 120D Mark II, let me know down in the comments. I might, like if you make one of these, don't make one of these. If you do, send it to me. I want to see it. If you can engineer this better than me, if you can engineer the Aputure 120D Mark II better than me, send it to me. I want to see it. If you guys enjoyed this video, man, you got some entertainment from it, some knowledge, make sure to drop it a like, comment, also subscribe to this channel if you are new here. I'm out. I'm gonna get my thumbnail and tear this apart and get all of this cardboard and random mess out of my office because it's just driving me nuts at this point, man. Drop this a like, yo. This took me so long to do, but it was fun though. Drop it a like, man. Peace.